Imagine waking up with a glowing digital counter on your wrist that says 100. Every time you speak a single word, the number drops. If you hit 0, your throat physically locks until the next day. This is the new reality for every human on Earth. Welcome to IF Hub. I am your host, and today we are breaking down the total collapse of society in a world where words are more expensive than gold. In the first 24 hours, the world descends into a terrifying silence. People in crowded subways stare at their wrists in absolute horror as their daily quota disappears before breakfast. You see a woman trying to call for help after a minor accident, but she has already used her words and only silence comes out. The stock market crashes within hours because traders cannot screen their orders anymore. News anchors stand in front of cameras holding cardboard signs because they cannot afford to speak the news. By midnight, the entire planet is hushed in a way it has not been for millions of years. After 1 week into the silence, the first signs of deep psychological decay begin to show. Relationships that were built on long late-night conversations start to crumble in the cold vacuum of quiet. You sit across from your partner and realize you only have 3 words left for the entire night. You have to choose between saying I love you or asking for something to eat. Arguments are fought with handwritten notes and angry stares that last for hours. Children stop laughing because they see their parents afraid of making any sound at all. The atmosphere in every home feels like a funeral that never ends. 1 month later, the global economy has completely transformed into a black market for speech. The wealthy elite buy the silence of the poor by paying them to stay mute and transfer their words. A new class of silent slaves is born who haven't spoken a single sentence in weeks just to feed their families. Education systems have been replaced by digital screens and sign language instructors who are now the most powerful people on Earth. Lawyers and politicians have become useless relics of a loud past that no longer exists. People are beginning to forget what their own voices sound like. By the first year, the human brain starts to rewire itself in a desperate attempt to survive. Our internal monologue becomes a screaming chaotic storm because it has no verbal exit. Mental hospitals are overflowing with people who have lost their minds to the pressure of unsaid thoughts. But a dark new kind of crime has emerged in the shadows. Criminals wait until a victim has used up their 100 words before they strike. You can see a murder happening right in front of you, but you cannot scream for help because your counter is at 0. The world has become a predator's paradise where the victims are literally silenced by the law of the wrist. 10 years into the quiet, humanity is no longer the same species that once ruled the planet. We have become masters of the eyes and experts in the language of the body. We realize that 90% of what we used to say was just useless noise and gossip. But the cost of this realization is the death of human culture as we knew it. Songs are no longer sung and poetry is only written in blood and dirt. We have learned the ultimate lesson of life from the dead, that silence is not peace but a heavy cage. If you only had 5 words left to say for the rest of your life, what would they be? Choose your words wisely before your counter hits 0. Subscribe to IF Hub while you still have the breath to speak.